On our first problem, we must determine the magnitude of the resultant force acting on the screw eye and its direction measured clockwise from the x-axis. So this we will write F1 equal to 2 angle of, since it is clockwise direction, this can be written as angle of negative 45 degrees kilonewton, and this side is F2 equal 6 angle of negative 120 degrees kilonewton. For solving magnitude and its direction, we have a formula of a resultant force is equal to F1 plus F2. So we have a 2 angle of negative 45 degrees kilonewton plus 6 degrees 6 angle of negative 120 degrees kilonewton. So in solving in our calculator, we had the answer is 6.80 angle of negative 103.49 degrees kilonewton. Since we have negative 103.49, in order to be positive, we must add 180. So this will become 6.80 angle of 76.47 degrees kilonewton. This is our final answer. On our second problem, a ship leaves port and sails on a bearing of north 47 degrees east for 3.5 hours. It then turns and sails on a bearing of south 43 degrees east for 4 hours. If the ship's rate of speed is 22 knots, find the distance that the ship is from port. So first we must find the distance of n 47 degrees east. This will be equal to 22 times 3.5 r. So this will become 77 nautical miles. Second, we have south 43 degrees east. This will become 22 times 4, which is equal to 88 nautical miles. So to sketch, we have north 47 degrees east, and south. South 43 degrees east. This is it. This is 77 nautical miles. This is 88 nautical miles. 88. So second step is we will solve the distance. This will become x. So second step is we will draw it again. Since this is 43 degrees and this is 47 degrees, 47, this is equal to 90 degrees. So this part is, I will draw it in x-axis. So we have a 77. This is 77 nautical miles. And this part is, I will draw it in y-axis. So we have 88 nautical miles. So this part is x, which is so this part we will let C1 is equal to 77 angle of 0 degrees. This part is C2 equal to 88 angle of 90 degrees, since this is 90 degrees. So to solve our x, we have a formula x equals to the absolute value of Z2 minus Z1. So this can be written as our Z2 is 88 angle of 90 degrees minus 77 angle of 0 degrees. And to solve this using calculator, our answer is x equals to 116.93 nautical miles. And this is our answer. For our last problem, we must solve for V1 and V2 in polar form. So we have 15 angle of 0 degrees minus V1 over 4 equals V1 over J4 plus V2 over negative J1 plus V2 over 2. So we have so our V2 is equal to V1 negative 20 angle of 60 degrees. So we have a 15 angle of 0 degrees over 4 angle of 0 degrees minus V1 over 4 equal to negative V1 J 0.25 plus V1 minus 20 angle of 60 degrees over negative J1 plus V1 is 20 angle of 60 degrees over 2. So this can be equal to 3.75 minus V1 0.25 equal to negative V1 J 0.25 plus V1 over negative J1 plus V1 over 2 plus negative 20 angle of 60 degrees over negative J1 plus negative 20 angle of 60 degrees over 2. So we have a 3.75 minus V1 0.25 equal to negative V1 J 0.25 plus V1 0.25 plus V1 0.5 plus negative 90 angle of negative 30 degrees plus negative 10, angle of 60 degrees. So we have a 3.75 minus 90, negative 90, negative angle of 30, negative 30 degrees, plus 10, angle of 60 degrees, is equal to V1, 0.25 minus J, 0.25 plus J1 plus 0.5. Okay, so we write this as 3.75 minus 17.32 plus J10 plus 5 plus JE 8.66 equals to V 0.75 and 0.75. So our V1 is equal to negative 9.07 plus J 18.66 over 0.75 minus J 0.75. So this can be equal to negative 0.07 plus J 18.66 over to 0.75 minus J 0.75. So our V1 is equal to negative 20.75 angle of negative 64.08 over 1.06 angle of 45 degrees. And this is equal to negative 19.58 angle of negative 109.08. Since we have a negative angle of 109.08 degrees, we can add 180 to become positive. So we have our V1 is equal to 19.58 angle of 70.92 degrees. So this is our V1. So to solve our V2, V2 is equal to V1 minus 20 angle of 60 degrees. So we will convert V1 into J. So we have V2 is equal to 19.58 angle of 20.92 degrees minus 20 angle of 60 degrees. So this will become 6.40 plus J 18.50 minus 50 plus J 86.6. This will become equal to negative 43.6 minus J 68.1. This will become negative 80.86 angle of 57.37 degrees. And our final answer is V2 is equal to 80.86 angle of 122.63 degrees. And this is our final answer. In this calculation or activity, I learned how to solve magnitude of resultant force and to find distance using cosine's laws and applications of numbers in electrical circuits in finding V1 and V2 in polar form. And these lessons is very helpful to us to be an electrical engineer someday.